Okay, so I don't know how many minutes I have left. As the camera cut me off. Um, as I was saying last, God is the only higher power. Now, the sinners or the people of darkness, and that's following um, the God of darkness is their God. This is the difference in the dark world, in the demonic world, versus the light of God, the light of God's kingdom, the light of God Himself, period, is a total different walk. And I'm saying this to say if there's anyone that's dealing in all of these type of things, it's time to change. I said because the enemy is the enemy of death, and he's a destroyer. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He does not love you. He does not want you. He does not care for you. He does not have love at all. God is love, and the enemy only wants you to be fearful, cause fear upon your life to be, for you to be fearful of things, and he, just like he tempted Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, uh, to get him to bow down, to his kingdom, all because he promised, just like God does. He promises different things. He promised Yeshua to give him all the things that he would desire, of, I guess, his heart in the world. Of course, his side wasn't it wasn't something that would stand like God's promises would stand. These promises that the enemy would set for you would fall. You know, it would fall to the ground. So it's just totally the opposite. This demonic darkness, and it's nothing but like a force that's behind everything. Um, as they say, his minions. I'm sorry. I think that's another. There was another video that I think I was supposed to put out before, and I keep saying that back and forth, opinions and minions. But minions, I mean, I'm talking about as far as the enemy's little helpers. So I mean, I didn't want to. Be too long. I didn't mean for that video to cut off, but just wanted you all to be aware. God wanted you all rather to be aware of these things. Of the kingdom of darkness. And when I was reading about the Quran, it's not the Quran. It was Coram. It's Quran or Quran, something like that. It's called, and it was saying that the Quran is a presence before, in the presence of. So when they're doing this little Wicca, or in the kingdom of darkness or whatnot, and then conjuring up certain things or whatever, that's what it means to be in that type of presence, that demonic presence. That's what that is. That's way different from God's presence, because God's presence, you have life, he said, and that more abundantly. Um, Darkness, total darkness, wickedness and darkness is deception. It deceives you. It causes you to not live, not have a life anymore. It causes depression sometimes, and it can cause oppression, and all these different types of things. That it's just like when you're using a drug, and the drug causes you to be codependent upon it. That's what I'm getting, and it you do it, and you don't get enough of it, and you have to come back again and get more. It's just like that. It's how the enemy draws you back to whatever it is that and it gets worse, and it gets worse, and it gets worse. Not before it gets better. It just continue to get worse. If God does not put His hand in it in the midst of whatever it is that you're dealing with, when is with the enemy, um, it's like there's no hope for you, because the enemy is not going to help you. He's going to destroy you. He's going to kill you, because that's what he's sent to do, in his kingdom, of darkness. So he's pretending like he was here before time, which at one time he was, but because he, is calling himself a god, like our original God in heaven, this is how he plays up to the youth, as well as adults, in different types of things. It's like a mind thing that he plays. Of course, he plays with everybody's mind if we allow him to. If you don't stay in the Word and stay close to God, said, "Draw near, nigh to me, and I draw nigh to you." That's what God said. Our great God up in heaven, our Father God, He says that. So, but if you don't draw nigh to Him, there are, like I said in the other video, repercussions for that title. There are repercussions for any of our actions. So if you're going on the dark side, there are going to be repercussions for you as you're going on the dark side. You may as well, get ready, because whatever you're going to deal with, you're going to have to really deal with some hard and harsh stuff. You think you're winning at the beginning with the enemy. When he gets finished with you, you're going to be past, or below, I should say, winning. You're going to be in a losing battle if you don't know God, and if you don't learn how to start calling on God. Anybody that's not saved, it's time now to get right and call on God and ask God to come into your life, forgive you for every sin that you have ever done. And I let them know, I want to get to know you, God. I know, Father God, that you are the one that allow your son, Yeshua Jesus, to die on the cross for us. And I believe in you, and just, forgive me and take away my sins. Wash me and cleanse me of all unrighteousness, and allow me to get to know you more, and wash me and purify me and save me. And he would do just that. He will save you, because the enemy is not going to save you. You out here playing with the enemy now, and the enemy going to do nothing but beat you down big time, all the way around, and literally kill you. So, but I mean, I thank God for having a God that we have, because He's very compassionate. He's very patient and very faithful. The enemy doesn't have any of that going along with him. He is a deceiver of all things. So yeah, that's what that Karam, or whatever however you say it, Karam AGH Terra is called, and it was some pretty deep stuff. As I look at these wicked pictures on here that they're showing on this site, and they show the mermaid, and different things of that nature, and all that type of stuff people think is fairy tale. I know at one time we thought it was fairy tale and fantasy at one time, and they are real, but there's nothing good about them. They're like entities as well, and they're wicked. And it's got all these names, Dragon and Bruxa, and it's crazy. The Queen of the Night and Abigail. And I know a lot of you or your children have heard of these type of things. And if whatever I'm repeating, if you heard about it, know about it, it's time to come out from among this stuff, and be separate from this world, because this world is going to carry you straight to hell. There is a heaven and there is a hell, and it's true. They're both real, you know? Yeah, so even the skull. I think I read to you about the skull or something like that. And this is the last thing I wanted to read before my phone might shut right off. It says the cult was founded in 1761 by a merchant named Ambrosio in Loreto Gisho or something with 8 other worshippers. Soon